Hey everybody, so thanks for tuning in to our Wednesday night meeting. We have adjusted the time, like Jen just said. We've just been looking over the last 2 weeks and trying to figure out what works for you guys. So we're figuring out that 9:30 is going to be the best time. If at any time you can't hop on right at 9:30, I just encourage you, like, don't say to yourself, oh, I'll do the next one. Like, just hop on whenever we're live because I don't know, there's something about being a part of something like this every single week. And like I said, the more consistent you are at hopping on, the more your body will be and your brain will be like, oh, I have a meeting Wednesday. I have a meeting Wednesday. So just schedule it out. It's only for a little while on Wednesdays. And I hope that they're benefiting you guys. So I just wanted to say really quickly that tomorrow at noon we're going to do a power hour, and I wanted to do this a little bit differently this week. Okay, so I want you guys to post any questions you have in the chat from maybe like 11 or from 10 to maybe 11:30 a.m. That way we can answer all of your questions about the power hour or about what we kind of expect or whatnot beforehand, so that we're not kind of you know what I mean? Because some of us voice clip, and then whenever we're asking questions in the middle, it kind of like we're like interrupting each other. So maybe even if we have a question, maybe just type it down in the chat. That way, like, just say hey or raise your hand in the chat, and then we can kind of wait for a second and then answer. That way, it just goes a little bit more smoothly. And Jen and I are actually we're talking about doing tasks for you guys. So like every few, like not a few minutes, but every like 15 or 20 minutes, we can have tasks for you guys. That way it's not like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? There was something else I was going to say, and I have no idea what it was. So, yeah, so you can talk about what you were going to talk about.
Okay, so yeah, definitely love that idea for the power hour. Our first one was a little bit messy, but we got through it. But doing the task, guys, I can't stress how important that is, because that is going to help you create habits. And that's going to help you create consistent habits that you're going to be used to doing all the time and get more comfortable doing it on your own. And then, of course, if you do have questions about it, whenever we open it up, you can come on and ask your questions, and we'll be there to help you and guide you through. So some of the things, I know the one thing that I wanted to cover, I did not print out, but I'm sure all of you have seen it in the One Voice page. And if you were on that live the other night about how we sold over 1 million bottles of trim so far, there is a document. If you scroll down through the One Voice page, it's like a short video with the bottle of trim. If you click on the document, it is such a good article. It makes for a very great live idea. And I know I wanted to do this myself. Really, just write down bullet points from the article and share. Of course, you don't want to use the word trim. You don't want to use the word Modere, so you're going to have to edit those words out and make it your own. But I think just by people knowing that we've sold over 1 million bottles of trim, and that they can see that they're going to be entered in those giveaways, which I don't remember what they are. Does anyone know what those giveaways were that they were doing? Give me 1 second. I'm going to look them up here real quick.
I was like, I can't remember. I know there was there was a trip to Utah, and that was like the grand prize, was that whole trip to Utah.
Yeah, and now my phone is just spinning and I can't get into the page. So
I forgot that we were doing that.
Yeah, I know. And I saw the document last night and I'm like, oh, I want to go live about that tomorrow, because I mean, it's just filled with like great information, a lot of facts that you can share with your customers, and really hype up the trim product, guys, with the giveaways that they're doing. They're doing a ton, and I can't get into the page right now. I don't know why.
Is it One Voice? Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
It was 10 $1,000 gift cards.
Okay.
And then a trip to Utah for 2. It was like 3 or 4 nights with a tour of the facility, and the room and everything, airfare, everything was included. Now, I don't remember if the gift cards were just Visa gift cards or actually Modere gift cards, but there was 10 $1,000.
And that's awesome. That's totally awesome. So guys, I can't pull it up right now. For some reason, One Voice is the only page I can't get in. I'm going to mute you out here real quick. I think I hear your TV.
Okay.
I think.
I can't get anything else to pull up except for the first thing.
Okay, I know. I can't get one voice. Maybe they're updating something. I don't know. I thought maybe my husband shut off my internet too instead of just my kids. I don't know. Okay, guys. So a couple things that I wanted to cover. If you have a notebook, feel free to write it down. If you need me to repeat, go ahead and let me know. Or I can just kind of scan this in and post it to the team page later on. But here's a lot of really good facts that I learned from John, Nadia, and Tanya Eliza, I can't say her name, their social marketing recruiting boot camp, okay? So, of course, they always stress in there that the fortunes and the follow-up. Look, there's Lydia. Hi, Lydia. So, guys, 48% of marketers never follow up with a prospect. Okay, so let that sink in for a minute. So, you know, a prospect could either be your customer, could either be a social marketer that you had that initial conversation with. Maybe you ATM them, got them into Social Retail Live, or you got them into the Motor Healthy Living community. And that's all you did. You never followed up with them afterwards. Think about how many people are sliding by and not, you know, and missing out on either one, using the products, two, joining the opportunity because people are afraid to follow up. 48% of marketers never follow up. I'm going to repeat that because that's insane to me. 25% of marketers only follow up 2 times. 12% of marketers only follow up 3 times. 10% of marketers follow up more than 3 times. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So guys, if you're talking to somebody and you're like, why aren't they buying? You know, I just talked to them. I told them what trim was and they're not buying. Guys, 2% of people close sales on their first contact. So don't be hard on yourself. I mean, it happens to everybody. Fortune is really in the follow-up. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact.
I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I do not want to hear that.
80% of sales are made on the 5th through 12th contact, guys. So listen, a follow-up can be anything. It doesn't have to be like, hey girl, you gonna buy my product? You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be about product. It doesn't always have to be about the opportunity. You can go in and take a look at their Facebook wall and, you know, maybe you saw that their daughter had a birthday today, or they just bought a new puppy, or they went to the mall and bought a new shirt. Just message them. If they bought a new shirt and you like it, message them and be like, oh my gosh, I love that shirt. Where did you get it? Guys, that's a follow-up. That can count as a follow-up because you're continuing that conversation and you're creating that relationship and you're going to keep it going. So don't always think it has to be about product and the opportunity. You know, I do talk to my potential customers or marketers about the product and opportunity, but I also talk to them about other things because I want to be real and genuine with them, you know, instead of just kind of being robotic about the products. You don't want to sound too salesy, too pushy, or too desperate. Okay, so here's some of John and Nadia's top producer secrets. Leverage tools other than yourself to present the products or the business. So what that means is our tools that we have, Motor Healthy Living Community, Social Retail Live, that's really what we use. The Motor College and Science page, I believe I said this last week, it is open back up. So if you're not a member of that, you need to get in. There's a lot of good information in there. They say to master the ATM system and stay consistent. Guys, John Melton literally says ATM your face off because seriously, the person who ATMs the most people is the person who wins. You know what I mean? You want to be ATMing at least 5 people a day. Whether they're coming to you and asking you for information, or maybe you're simply reaching out to them, asking them to check it out. And I'm going to get to that. I don't know if I have it in this. It's part of the training. There's an actual script, like, you know, for you to reach out to people and ask them to check out your product. That may be a part of this one. Guys, this is like, I have like 240 sheets of paper from that training. So we're going to do it section by section. Another top producer secret, dress up your Facebook profile and follow like the 15-7 posting formula. Let me see if that's in here so I can go over that. I mean, it's the same exact thing as the 80-20. Did we cover the 80-20 last week, Mary? About how you want to be, you don't want all of your posts to be about your product. You don't want all your posts to be about your opportunity. You want like real lifestyle posts. Talk about yourself, talk about your family. What are you doing for the day? You know, and then every once in a while, throw up a product post or throw up an opportunity post. We don't want to be spammy. Remember, maximum of 3 posts a day, guys. And your first post of the day is going to be your most viewed post. So your first post, make sure it's well thought out. You know, make sure you're putting in a little bit of effort behind it and make that your best post. And you don't want to post back to back. Another top producer secret, which everybody in here knows. If you don't, we can cover this in a whole nother training. Use 3-way Facebook chats with your upline to help you get your best prospects started. Guys, Mary and I, Shauna, whoever you join with, I guarantee you they're not going to mind if you throw them in a group chat, even to close a customer.
Yeah, and I wanted to say really quickly, shout out to freaking Lydia, because she is freaking blowing up the group chats. Like, I was freaking impressed this week. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Group chats may seem a little bit scary because you're like, oh, I don't know how to start it, but we do have that information. Is it in our new page yet? If it's not in there, it's in Team Elite. Just type in edification.
Yeah, it's in Hustle and Heart and Team Elite. We need to put it in ours though.
We got a lot of stuff I need to put in there. I just need to find time to sit down and do it. But we do have access to the tools between all of the pages. Eventually, we're going to get everything that we use like on a regular basis in our page. And guys, if you see something that you want in that page, put it in there. If you're not sure how to do it, or if you want something in there or a specific training, reach out and let us know. We're never going to know unless you tell us, right? Okay, so here are some, say you're trying to close somebody, okay? These are John's genius closing questions. Closing questions. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so one question, or question number 1. I'm tired, guys. What did you like most about what you saw? That's it. Let them respond. Question number 2. Okay, no, part number 2. So whenever they respond, maybe they're saying, oh my gosh, I like the double-sided comp plan. And you would respond with, tell me more about that. Why do you like the double-sided comp plan? Let them tell you details on it. Another one, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being you're ready to get started right now with the top pack, and 1 being you just want to be a customer. I love that, because listen, most people are probably going to come back a 5 because it's a number right in the middle and it's easy. But listen, I'd rather them be a 5 than a 1 or somebody that's going to ignore you, right? And then another question he asks is, are you coachable? If they comment back yes, say great, let's get you started right away. I can tell you what info I need to get you started. Like, he is super confident about the way he talks to people, and people can feel that in his voice. People feel comfortable with jumping in and getting started with him because they can tell by his voice that he's super confident about what he's doing, if that makes sense.
I wanted to say too is Ashley Ayler actually throws to John's question. Now I see where she got it from. But whenever it says, where are you at from a 1 to a 10 or a 10 to a 1, if they say like I'm a 4 or a 5, or even if they're a 1 or a 2, Ashley will say, what can we do to get you closer to a 10? Or what is it going to take to get you closer to a 10? That way you're just asking them, like, you're just being upfront, like, what do you need from us? You know,
right.
Like, because it's information deficit. That's why people aren't doing 10. They just don't have enough information.
Exactly. Okay. So are you guys bored with this yet, or you want me to share a little bit more? I don't want to get too out of whack. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So the next part of this is the secret to preventing objections. So basically you want to speak honestly with everybody. You know what I mean? When you spend 100% of your time marketing all the awesome benefits, you actually raise your prospects' skeptic level. So if you're sitting there saying, this product has this benefit, this product has this benefit, this benefit, this benefit, this benefit, this benefit, this company does this, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that sounds way too good to be true. And they're going to be a skeptic. So the less is more, essentially. Let them ask the questions and you answer the questions as they ask. If you are in a group chat and someone comments, is there any questions we can help with? And they're like, no, I think I'm good. Don't come back and be like, okay, do you have any questions? Again, just be like, okay, well, let's get you started. If you don't have any questions, you must be ready to jump right in. Let's get you started. Okay. Another one of John's secrets, spend 80% of your time building value, telling stories, and showcasing benefits. Just showcasing them, like just give a little bit of information. Spend 20% of time pointing out the reality of the business or product. I can go into more detail later with this stuff, guys, if you want me to. If you're like a little bit confused, because I get confused really easy because I'm tired. I got up at 5:30 this morning. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, so another big tip that John has is tell people like it really is. Okay, I love this, and I need to start doing this more myself. So he says, for example, you can tell a story of a few people who lost 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds on your program, but you can follow up with, there are also people who didn't follow the program and didn't lose any weight. That way, they're not expecting a miracle. They're like, they come in day one, they take a tablespoon of trim and they didn't lose 40 pounds. So they're going to have a panic attack, right? They need to follow the program to make sure it works. They need to follow the lifestyle changes. They need to make healthy decisions. I absolutely love that. And that's something that I need to start saying more often myself. So I gotta highlight this stuff and start listening to what I'm talking about. Okay. Handling objections like a pro. Don't get defensive. He always says, if someone says, oh, your company's a pyramid scheme, don't get defensive. Just simply laugh it off. You know what I mean? He has some answers to that. I'll get to those in a second. He says questions. If people ask you questions that make you want to jump at them and be defensive, they're asking you those questions to test your posture, guys, to see how confident you are, to see if you can come up with an answer to that question. If someone's like, oh my gosh, it's a pyramid scheme, just be like, what do you mean by that? Let them explain to you what they're trying to tell you. And that's genius, because a lot of times, if the first couple times someone said that to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm messaging everybody, what do I say? What do I say? But seriously, answer them with the question, what do you mean by that? And let them explain it to you, because they're going to get all confused and tongue-tied and not know what to say, because honestly, they don't even know what it is. He's back. Let's see here. Okay. So you have people who on here has people that says, I'm very busy, I don't have enough time. Like, do you ever get that objection? Lydia does, Ann does, Carmen does, everybody does. Everyone's like, yeah. So here's some tips. John says to say, well, I appreciate you sharing that with me. How much time do you have? Let them respond and verbalize how busy they are. And then whatever they say, oh, I only probably have like 20 minutes a day. You say, great, that's perfect. You don't be like, oh yeah, 20 minutes. You don't go what it takes. You can't do this in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Because you're talking way out of it. Just say, that's great, perfect. And then if they say they only have 20 minutes or an hour, come up with a story. Like I always use myself. I'm like, I totally get it. I was there when I started working 2 full-time jobs. I literally fit it into the cracks of my day. Like, you know, I can relate. I worked this business maybe a half hour, 45 minutes a day in my first couple months. Just try to relate with them in a way, even if it's somebody else's story and not your own.
Yeah, sometimes I'll tell people, I'll be like, if I can show you, you have 10 minutes a day. If I can show you in 10 minutes a day how to make X amount of dollars a week, would you be interested in doing that? Because this creates time for them. If they can create $500 a week or $500 a month, that's going to alleviate so much time that they don't have. They're going to have more time because their time is spent mindlessly trying to create money, right? Most of the time
Exactly.
they're not actually busy. They're just thinking about how they need to find money. So it'll, you know, just say like, if I can help you figure this out in X amount of time, X amount of dollars, would that create a little bit of time for you? Would that create a little bit of, you know, stress relief for you? You would be surprised at how many people were really like, yeah, sign me up. I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly. And then another part of that, he says to them, let's say you did have a little bit of time and it didn't take more than a few hours a week with my help to work on freeing up some lifestyle time in your schedule. Do you see an opportunity here? They're either going to comment back yes, or they're going to comment back no. If they say no, move on. He says, ask them for a referral and ask if you can keep them in the loop. And then every once in a while, go back and follow up with them. And it doesn't have to be about the business when you follow up. Just keep your opportunity that you already offered to them in the back of their mind. And just by them seeing you, it's going to stay there. If they say yes, then you say, awesome. I want you to know that I'm here to help. Based on your busy schedule, what's the most you could put in say a week? And then, you know, take note of what they say. And then say they say 3 hours. So you're like, okay, with those 3 hours, what would you like to see income-wise on a monthly basis to make this worth it to you? If they're like, oh, I got 3 hours a week, I don't know, I want to make like $500 a month. Great. And how long would you like it to take, or how long would you like it to take you to reach that? Well, I mean, I want it this month, right? I mean, if they tell you they want to make $10,000 working 3 hours a week, you can literally tell them that it's not realistic. You know what I mean? But if it's a realistic goal, working 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week to make an extra $500 a month, then say, oh, okay, awesome. That's so realistic. Here's what happened to my friend Mary. She worked this much, and she completely crushed her goal of an extra $500 a month. So there's ways to overcome the objections. I would love to get all this typed up and kind of like a document. That way we have it to go back to. I'm just going to share a few things that he does whenever people say, I don't have the money to get started with the products. Does anyone ever hear that? Yeah, I hear it all the time. Okay, so here's what he says. I understand. And most who did start have said that it was worth every penny. Can I tell you what info I need to get you started? He still says that even though they're like, I don't have the money. He just comes up with some clever, confident thing and says, can I tell you what info I need to get you started? Most of the time, people saying they don't have the money is an excuse because, you know, they can come up with it. So anyways, I know it's more than you want to spend, but illness? Okay, I get it. Okay, I was really confused for a second. I thought I was reading it wrong. I know it's more than you want to spend, but illness costs more than wellness. It's not like you will die from spending the money. Let's do this, okay? That's pretty confident and bold. Like, I probably personally wouldn't use that one. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like my personality, but that's definitely John's. Can I tell you what info I need to get you started? He ends every comment back to these people with that question. Yeah, I know it's more than you wanted it to be. My credit cards, my car payments, my insurance, my taxes, my electric, my water bill, my groceries are more than I want them to be too, but I still pay them. Can I tell you what info I need to get you started? Like, how crazy is this?
they're laughing. But when we're in Florida and y'all meet John, you're going to be like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
the same person.
It's like crazy insane. And it's because he's so confident and he has that posture that people don't even hesitate. Like if I had 50% of that, not even, if I had 30% of that posture and confidence that he has, I'd be set. Right? Okay. Another thing he says is, I agree it's a lot of money, but there's no shortage of money on the planet Earth. How crazy is that? There is a shortage. He says there is a shortage of
too.
What's that?
That's a billionaire mindset, because I've seen like I've read about billionaires saying that. They're like, I didn't care if I blew all my money, you can go and make more. I'm like, what?
Exactly. So he says that. I agree it's a lot of money. There's no shortage of money on the planet Earth. But there is a shortage of happy people. Let's do this. Can I tell you what I need to get started?
I'm writing that down.
And like, seriously, if someone was talking to you like that, and versus maybe you had somebody who wasn't so confident, and someone says to you, I don't have the money to get started. You're like, well, okay, sorry to bother you. You know what I mean? Or if someone came back to you and said, I agree that's a lot of money, you know? Like, I don't know. It's the whole confidence level thing, and we got to just try to master it. I mean, I'm trying to master it myself, in case you can't tell. I
just recently started telling people like my thing, like I didn't have any money when I started either. I had negative $400 in my account. Like I just told one of Lydia's people this the other day, like, how much money do you have? She's like, I have like $9. I'm like, well, you had $398 more than I had at that time because I was negative. Like, you just got to learn other people's stories and just be like, listen, this person didn't have any freaking money either, but they sure have a lot of money now. Like,
yeah. This last one for the product, or don't have any money for the product objection, is my favorite. So he says, that's exactly why we have to get you started now, so that you can lose the weight that you want and have 4 friends who will do it with you, so yours is free next month. I want you to enjoy your body now. Can I tell you what you need, or can I tell you what I need to get you started? That's literally good. If you tell them that they can refer 4 friends, and you know, as long as they're ordering on SmartShip, that's going to get them a system free, because that's 25%. I believe it's a free system, right? I know there's a video that showed if it's not, it's pretty near a free system, just by referring 4 friends who order a system on SmartShip. So I love that one. I don't have money to get started with the company objection. And remember, guys, you don't have to write this down. I have all this. So someone says, yeah, oh my gosh, I don't have $199 to start a business. I don't have $99. I don't have whatever, the XM packs, because we always like to start with the XM packs, right? They're like, yeah, I can't put $399 in to get started with the company. Well, if you don't have the money to start the business, it's probably the exact reason you need to get started. My mentor taught me that if nothing changes, nothing changes. You don't want to be in the same situation 6 months from now, do you? Let's do this thing. Like, I don't know. That just sounds awesome to me. Do you guys like that? Like, can you see yourself saying that to people? Yeah, no.
Like, I'll do it. I don't care. I want to leap, man. I'll do whatever it takes.
Exactly. Another answer to one of his objections about joining the company, is it that you're serious about the company and you really don't have any money? Or are you just telling me that you don't have the money because you don't have any interest at this time? Like, straight up ask them.
Yeah.
Are you just giving me an excuse? Because you don't have to give me an excuse. You know what I mean? You want to let them know it doesn't matter either way. And another top tip that I got from this training, which I don't think is in here, let people know you're busy. Let people know you're busy, because like you're going to be straight and to the point. Look, I have 5 other people I'm following up with right now. Hey, just wanted to jump in and follow up with you. You're on my list to follow up with today. I am running to a meeting. Let people know that you have things to do and you're busy. And if they think that you're busy, they're going to respond back a lot quicker.
That was
Okay.
probably the biggest tip that I ever got from John was when we were in Utah. And he said, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I'm responding to this customer. And he's like, did they respond to you as soon as you messaged them? No. So why are you responding? Why do you feel like your time, like you're on their time limit? And I'm like, holy crap. Like, that was huge. Because I'm like, man, and I just start telling people, when is a good time to follow up? Because I don't have time to sit here for you to give me a runaround. Like, your time is valuable. And if you only have 2 hours a day or an hour a day, you better be using it wisely. So, like, tell people exactly.
Yeah, I'm super guilty of that, and I'm still guilty of that to this day. I feel like I have to rush it. I'm getting better. I'm not stepping back by any means, but I am like, I'm obsessed with this business, guys. I'm not going to say that I'm not, but you have to be, you know what I mean? If you want to make it work, like I'm going Elite 3, so I got to be obsessed. So anyways, but I am not responding right away to a lot of things. Group chats, I will. People are probably like, yeah, right. You respond super quick to everything because it still seems like I do, but like I'm trying my best to not do that, to not constantly be on my phone, because the purpose of this is to have that time freedom so I can spend the time with my family, so I can do things that I want to do. But you know, I do block time. I block time out where I'm going to sit there and intentionally work. I'm glad you brought that up.
Balance is everything. Like we push you guys, and we want to encourage you to give this everything you've got, but trust both of us when we say, and I'm sure that Shauna can say this as well, because I ran with her for 30 days on a 60-day sprint. And when you don't give yourself any time, when you don't give your family any time, one, they're going to get really freaking angry. And two, you're going to burn yourself the heck out. And trust me when I say you do not want to do that. Because when you burn yourself out, then you completely neglect everything, your family, your friends, your business, your team, everything. I've done it. I've freaking done it. And you don't want to get to that point. So just give yourself, like, you just got to make your time valuable. You've got to say, you know what, this is a freaking business. Is it a business or a hobby for you? You've got to define that first, right? But if you want to make a couple $100 a month, you've got to figure out exactly what that takes, map out your dang time, and just do it, right? So you're not on your phone all the time. Tell people, I respond. I actually had someone one time for a business, and they were like, okay, I respond between 9 and 3 p.m. Like, and they were like, I'll get to you tomorrow if I don't answer you back. And I'm like, man, I need to do that. Like, for real. You just gotta find balance. And it's hard. It is hard when you're new and you're getting super excited, but it's necessary, and you've got to find balance.
Absolutely. I put a bunch of these other objections to the side. I mean, there's literally, he has to list answers for everything. This one I love. It's going to be short and sweet. And somebody asks you how much money you're making. Here's how he responds. I don't know. I'm not done making it yet.
Nice.
How awesome is that? I'm just getting started. And I'm not doing this for short-term income. I'm building this for long-term residual income so I can, whatever, fire my boss, or I can experience time freedom. When do you want to get started? He literally just gives him his reason, says, when do you want to get started? Now or later today? Like, those are your two options. You doing it now, or are you going to do it later? And his third answer is, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Truth, too.
So I love that.
Do you guys know how much money John Melton makes a month?
I don't even remember that number. Whenever we were in Salt Lake,
I think like a mid-month for him is like 92,000, something around that. It was insane. Justin Prince is near 400,000 a month. Wrap your head around that once.
I thought someone was 172,000.
Margie makes a whole lot of money.
Guys, it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay, I have more objections, but I don't want to bore you guys. Here's something that I think is super cool, and I'm just going to cover real quick. How do you follow up effectively and without being annoying? Do what you said you're going to do. If you said you're going to follow up with them at a specific time, be sure to follow through. People really appreciate that. Run your business through a planner or a digital calendar, or like, you know, a follow-up book. If you have to get a follow-up book, do it that way. get organized. It's amazing how many people run this business as a hobby and expect $1 million results. Become obsessed with documenting your exposures and your follow-up times. Yeah. I started doing that. I still sometimes do, but guys, there's so much that I miss out on because I always forget my planner at home. Like one week I'm going to be like, yes, I'm going to write all this down in a planner, so I'm not going to forget it. The next week I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to put this on my phone, you know, so I get a reminder because my phone's always with me. I know I need to stick to one way. Maybe just shove my book in my purse or something. I mean, how do you guys do it?
I was going to say, if anybody has a good idea, I am down to listen because I am the friggin' worst. Absolute worst at that.
Absolutely. I know that Adam's logbook was pretty cool, but like I can't see myself carrying that around all the time. The index card thing, I planned on doing that, but that didn't work out too well for me because I have like such a short attention span.
Yeah, that's
a lot of the times I just go back through my messages. Okay. Connect with prospects on social media, cultivate relationships. Don't be afraid to get on the phone, Skype call, or even if necessary, meet in person if they are local. I know Mary is all about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my jam. You guys will see, like, bring all the humans to the Modair meetup, and I will sign all right there. That's my thing. I don't know. That's what I was trained to do for like 5 years. So I would rather do that any day. Like, get me on a freaking 3-way call with them, like this, like a video call. I could sign people all day long. Maybe I just need to start meeting everyone that I go to sign. Be like, can we video chat?
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be cool. So another thing John says is 24 to 48 hour follow-up. So at the 24, 48 hour mark, whichever you're more comfortable with, he says, hey, Bob, where's your head at with Modair? Like, where are you at? What do you want to do? You know, if no response after a few days, follow up with, hey, are you okay? If still no response, you comment back, hey, Bob, you must be busy. I don't want to keep hounding you. I'm going to take you off my list for now. Let me know if you want me to follow up with you. And then usually whenever you say that, they're going to respond because people have FOMO. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to quit following up with me, you know, because people are seriously think they're going to miss out on something. But that's all I'm going to share from all these notes because all this stuff can be pretty boring. I'd like to, I don't know if my new printer has a scanner or not. I'd like to scan this stuff in so I'm able to share it with you guys. But anyways, Mary, what else do you have for tonight?
If any of you guys have people in the 40-day challenge group that I started, please make sure you follow up with those people about reordering trim, and you could easily upsell them a system since it's on sale right now. So make sure you're following up because it's coming to 30 days. So that's actually about to end in a couple weeks actually. So make sure you're not like passing that by because those people are kind of like tucked away because they're all, when I post about the spoon post, they're all commenting on it. So just make sure you're following up with them.
I think a good idea is, like, I know if anybody ordered the promo, your system should be in. I just got 2 or 3 boxes today. Take an excited selfie and post it on there. Be like, whoop, whoop. You know, finishing out my 40 days strong, just got my new system. Something like that. You know, create excitement. Even do that on your Facebook page. Make sure you're creating excitement about this. And follow up with everybody that you signed last month for the BOGO trim. Because that was a one-time order, guys. They are not on SmartShip. You should be following up with your customers anyways. I know Nicole Morton, something cool that she does, which I really want to start doing, is she sends out thank you notes to each and every single one of her customers every single month. How awesome is that? She goes and gets these little cards. You have access to their address in your back office. Just send them a thank you note. People love to know that they're appreciated. Just be like, hey, Susie Q, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support. I am so excited to see the results that you're going to get with this and this product. You know, keep me posted. Just something short, simple, and sweet. sometimes, like maybe if you have some extra product laying around, throw a probiotic pack in there, throw a pack of Revitalize or a pack of coffee in there. People appreciate that stuff. So I thought that was a really, really cool thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to say the Motor Meetup link is posted. If you are local, go sign up as soon as you can, because the more people we have, the more product credit Modere gives us. And that means the more sampling and fun things that we get to do. And they actually opened it up. There was 2 people that got it, but they opened it up for 2 more people. So let's try to get like this to be huge. So I'm really excited that they opened. I seen you tag me last night. I was like, oh yay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll give product credit to the people who have like the most attendees. And what's cool about that is you can use that product to take things there. Like, I'm not just promoting the Modere Meetup just for people who want in the business.
Yeah.
I know that's the point of it, but I have so many customers that just want to, or potential customers that just want to try the stuff. So I'm reaching out to them and letting them know, look, we're doing a Modere Meetup this day. We are going to have samples of different flavors of trim, the cell-proof serum, you know, this, that, whatever we're going to have. I don't know. We're going to do coffee. We'll decide what we're going to.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah. We'll decide what we're going to do. I mean, we could do body butter, just have a lot of different stuff there. And some of your potential customers are going to be super excited about that, because a lot of people are hands-on and they're afraid to buy stuff until they try it, even if it is back to the money back guarantee. I know I have a lot of people like that. Well, can I just get a sample? I'm like, I can't send you a sample of trim.
Yeah, we can sign them right there. Like, you can tell people like right there, like, we are going to do a demo, like a thing. And we're going to be like, listen, $39.99. They're going to sit through the stuff. Like, they're going to announce like the different escapes and the trips and leadership and all of these huge fun things. They're going to be announcing that there. So these people are going to be sitting there and they're going to be like, well, I want to do that. Like, you guys, like, They're going to see how much fun we're having and they're going to be like, well, I want to do this. I want to be a part of this, you know? And that's when you're like, listen, it's $39.99, like, plus whatever you wanted today. Like, let's do it right here. That's my jam. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I would love to have a few people just share their story.
Yeah.
You know, I know I shared my testimony a little bit, and that actually got a lot of people questioning, like, whoa, maybe I should order this. You know what I mean? So just having a variety of people sharing their story, whether if it's with the business or with the products, whatever you want it to be, I think that would be great. I really feel like we can make this huge if we push it. And being with somebody face to face is going to make a huge difference. And it's going to push them that much further to be able to join, or for them to want to join, because it's harder for them to say no to your face than it is over the phone.
Yes. And if you can feel their excitement, because that's my thing, is that the whole reason I'm good at it in person is because I can feel what they're feeling. If they're like, oh, I just don't have enough money, or the famous, let me ask my husband. You know, like there's reasons why they're saying that. And it's like, what would be holding you back? You know? So it's just, you get to find out their why, like why they want to lose weight or why they need money or whatever it may be. And that's really the key to this, guys. That's how you go. And that's how you sign marketers fast. Like when Jen and I are talking to people and signing people all the time, it's because we're finding out what people need. We're finding out what people want. Like that's what she did with me. Like, what is it that you need? You know, like what are you're hurting right now. What do you need? Money? Like, do you need to lose weight? Like, what is it that you're trying to do? You got to find out their why. And I mean, really find out and really connect with them, because you're going to be working with them. Don't just sign somebody and leave them. And I know it happens. Sometimes if you recruit in mass hordes of people, like I have done in the past, it does happen and people get butthurt or whatever. And that's really on them. Like, it's not your job either to be fully connected with that person 24 hours a day. Like, they need to be reaching out to you as well. If they want it, they'll reach out. That's what I've come to know. So, but I'm super excited for this event, like super freaking excited about it.
I am too. Mary, now that you mentioned that I need to ask my husband, John's list has objections for that. These are hilarious. So he says, I agree you should, but if your husband is anything, this is Nadia. She says, I agree you should, but if your husband is anything like mine, he never tells me no when I love something, and I never tell him no. This one's my favorite. I always say it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. Can I tell you what information I need to get started?
That's good.
Okay, another one. I know how you feel. Does your husband know how you feel about your body right now? If nothing changes except for the fact your life is improved, he'd 100% support you, right? Can I tell you what information I need to get you started? Those are about the products, guys. Those are like objections for the products. Some for the business. I totally understand. Is it that you're serious about the company and you really do run all the decisions by your spouse? Or are you just telling me that because you're not serious about starting a business at this time? If they say they're serious, say great. Let's add your spouse to this group so he can take a look at the information in the exact same way that you did. Also, let's set up a Facebook chat with all of us so he or she can ask questions instead of you.
Yeah, David's done that before for a couple of mine, and it closed people too, so that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have any questions tonight?
Yes.
Anything?
You'll have to unmute. If you want to speak, you have to unmute.
Oh, yeah. No questions?
I had one, but I forget what it was. Let me think.
All right.
This is why I write everything down.
Oh my goodness.
I think, Diane, did you have a question?
Here, let me unmute you.
She's muted. There we go.
Okay.
What is the big benefit of taking one of your customers and making them a
Marketer?
marketer? What's the big benefit of that?
You want to go, Jen?
Sure. So I would say if you have the opportunity of turning your customer from a customer to a marketer, 110% do it. Reason being, it's way easier to get customers in this industry than it is marketers. If you already have a customer who is in love with the products and are using the products every day, they're going to have a great testimony already. They know everything they need to know about the products, so they're going to feel a little bit more comfortable sharing it with their friends because they already have experience with it. Now, you know, if you're like, oh my gosh, but I'm going to lose a customer, but you're going to start building a team. If you can build your team, always build your team before the customers, because like you're great at gathering customers. So you can go out and get another customer. If you have someone that's interested in joining you, 110% have them join you, because then you're going to start earning from both sides of the comp plan, not just the customer side. You're going to start earning from the team building side as well.
Yeah, but it benefits them in the aspect that they can earn money and product credit. Like, that's what I always tell people, like, you know, because some people don't need to earn money, which blows my mind. But anyway, unless you're making like John Melton money, I need to make money. So, but you know, if they don't want that for whatever reason, a lot of people join just for the product credit, but you know, you still got to let them know, like, you're still going to have to work the launch plan. You're still going to have to work your business in order to get product credit. But that's why a good vast majority of people join, because they want to earn an extra $100 to $200, and because they want free product credit. So that's really what I ask people. As soon as I'm going to go sell a system to someone, or if they're a repeat and I'm like, are you sure you don't want information on how you can earn free product credit? Are you sure? Like, I just throw that out there. And I'll even say, like, be straight up and be like, sometimes I forget, so I just wanted to throw that out there for you. Are you interested in it, or are you open to it? And you would be surprised at how many people say, oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Or, oh, I've been thinking about that. Or, yeah, sure. Like, you'd be surprised at how many people just don't realize that we do free product credit.
Yeah.
So there's tons and tons of benefits. Definitely build a team here. It's freaking, I didn't want to do it when I started. Like, being completely honest, I had a huge, massive team in Mary Kay, and it all went to shit, being real. And I just didn't want to do it. And I told Jen that straight up. I'm like, I am not building a team here. And she's like, yeah, okay. I think kind of knowing that eventually I'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then my customers started signing up as marketers without even me knowing. And I was like, what is happening right now? And it's amazing here. Like, it's duplicatable, and it's not duplicatable anywhere else. I promise you, it's not like it is here. So definitely build. Like, get excited about building too. Guys, this is like when they say, like, this is the momentum period. This is the momentum. Like, everybody gets excited when leaders, like, it gives me goosebumps to think about it. Like, we're going to create 500 millionaires within the next 5 years. Do you realize where you're sitting right now in this very moment? where you could be in 5 years, like 500 millionaires. Like, wrap your head around that. And that's not even saying people that are going to be making 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 a month. Like, that's not even including those people. So like, just dig into it. And like I said, just find the balance, but dig in and go on the runs. Like, Jen's group used to be 90-day run for a reason. When I ran 90 days, it got me to director. Like, run for real.
Yeah, guys, 90 days of straight, I'm not saying 24 hours a day. I'm just saying 90 days of doing income producing activities and intentionally working your business will change your business. And another thing, and whenever you're talking about, converting customers over to a marketer, if you have somebody that's already joining with the Lean Body Sculpting System, they're like, all right, I'm ready to get started. I'm going to get started with the Lean Body Sculpting System, and say, hey, it may or may not be for you, but I just wanted to let you know, for only $39 more, you can own your own business and you can earn free product credit and some extra daily pay every single month. You know what I mean? Just throw it out there. Let them know. It doesn't hurt. They're going to tell you no if they don't want to do it. Be like, oh, I don't know if you're just interested in using the products, or are you interested in using the products and making some extra money?
Yeah, don't feel
If you
like
don't want to do it, they're going to be honest with you.
Yeah, and don't feel like, guys, that you have to throw every single person in a group chat. If they're freaking ready right now, and I've had marketers do this, they're like, I'm like, do you want some more information, or do you want to get signed up and learn as you go? That's a Jen phrase right there. She says it all the time in her groups. Some people are like, I'm ready right now. I'll just learn as I go. I know you've got me, whatever. Just give them your Shifting Retail link and freaking sign them. Like, don't make this complicated. Just don't do it. We will be there. Like, Jen and I are here to train them like that. Like, don't feel like, oh, I'm super new, I'm not going to be able to do this. That's what we're here for, guys. That's why you have all of the leaders here. We love doing that. So bring in all the new people. I love training people. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I remember my
Okay.
questions.
you remember?
Okay, so my first one is, how do I get unstuck? Because Mary knows a little bit about the situation that happened to me whenever I very first started. My sister's mom is actually one of her customers, and she took it upon herself to reach out to one of my potentials and told her that, like, she had really bad results and blah blah blah, but she didn't tell her the fact that she was inconsistent and everything else. Now she has absolutely no interest in learning about our products, even though she had interest before. And then
Like, she'll see your results and she'll order, or she won't. Like, don't get caught up on one person, because you're taking away from everybody else that could be helping.
And then my second question is, I know two marketers that they're not in our company, but they do LipSense and then something else. They've both posted on their pages that they're not wanting to do that type of marketing anymore. How can I reach out to both of them to, like, not kind of recruit them, but like show them what we have and how, like, they won't have to do the parties and their private pages for their business?
You want this one, Mary?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
So this is something that a whole lot of leaders actually struggle with too, because we don't want to be super spammy. You don't want to be that person, but also in the same aspect, I actually did this 2 nights ago, and sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes, especially with somebody who's already in network marketing or somebody who's already in direct selling and they're already in the grind of it, you can absolutely message them and say, hey girl, I seen your post on Facebook, that you're kind of struggling in your business right now. Would you be open to looking at what I'm doing here for extra money? If not, it's totally cool, but would you be interested? Like, just be blunt with them, because I'm telling you right now, like, if Jen wouldn't have been blunt with me, I would have never done it. If she wouldn't have said to me, like, would you be interested in making money here? I would have been like, I would have just stayed on as a customer, because nobody had ever asked me that. So if it's especially somebody in direct sales, like, you've got to ask them. The powerhouse people that you want on your team, you're going to have to be bold and you're going to have to ask, like, are you open to doing this? because if you don't, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to join that person. Like they're not receptive, or they're not bold with me. So how are they bold with their other team? How are they gonna train? How are they gonna, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So you just gotta like unlock yourself and just remember that you're behind a screen. So if they say no, it's okay. You don't have to freak out or whatever. And if they say no, be like, okay, it's cool. The option is here if you're ever ready. Like that's what I say. I'm never super pressured about it. And the best thing, Jen does this all the time. Voice clip, voice clip, voice clip. If they hear your voice, if they hear your excitement, they're gonna know that you're not being spammy, right? You're like saying to them like casual conversation. Usually my kids are running around the background and I'm apologizing for that. Like I'm being a complete human. And when you are, and when you're genuine with people, they'll be like, okay, like I'm willing to look at this. And as people see your success here, they'll be like, oh, what is she doing? Like you're gonna have people watching you that you don't even realize are watching.
Yeah. Now, is this somebody who you've chatted with before in the past, or is this just a friend you've never had a conversation with?
No, actually, I worked with both of them. The one I worked at CRS with, and then the other one I worked at Walmart with. But the one, she actually did a referral post for me, and she like shared for the giveaway. So
that's awesome. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull something up. So I think this is cool. Let me see here. Okay. So the one that shared for the giveaways never tried the product, right?
sorry, I was muted. Neither of them tried the product.
Okay. I'm trying to pull something up off my clipboard and it's really hard for me to see right now. I have some scripts and they are freaking awesome. And I just literally, I don't even know where I got these from, but they worked. On the days that I was feeling brave, I did it. And those are the days that I get the most leads. Just okay. Hey girl, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to run something by you, if you're open to it. I thought of you because I love your ambition and drive. I thought of you because we have been friends. You know, we were co-workers before. Whatever you like about them, insert there. I can post this later, or you can ask me for it. I'll send it in the group chat. I'd love to have a business conversation with you if you're open to chatting about it. Is this from you, Mary?
It was Heather Shriver Burns in the leader lift. That's what I'm pretty sure it was. Because I wish we could get that training for them because that was ridiculous.
Yeah. So you say, I'd love to have a business conversation with you if you're open to chatting about what it is that I'm doing. If you are, that's great. If not, it's totally cool. So I don't want to be that girl who tries to carry a random awkward conversation. So I'm just going to come out and ask you, have you ever considered doing what it is I'm doing? I think these are two separate messages, but these are just some ideas. Like, just be straight up. Be like, hey, I know this is going to be awkward, but I'm just going to come out and ask you, have you ever considered doing what it is that I do? Would you be open to taking a look at a way that you can make an extra stream of income if it didn't interfere with what you already do? And for those people, if you didn't have to have home parties, if you didn't have to have Facebook parties, because don't a lot of lip sense people have like parties on Facebook? You know?
I think so.
Yeah,
I know that like I was just invited to their groups like without even asking, kind of like code messaging, but kind of not. But like, since I personally know both of them, I didn't really get mad about it.
Yeah. Okay, so would you be open to taking a look? I think you would be great at doing this. Getting to help so many people live better lives has become such a huge part of why I'm doing this, and I know that you could make such a difference. I appreciate you and the support I get from you on my post. Are you open to taking a look? You know, just be real genuine with people. you don't have to worry. I mean, you can never, how does John say that? You can never say the wrong, you can't
ever say the wrong thing to the right person or
Yeah,
the right thing to the wrong
exactly.
person. Yeah. So somebody said to me in a message yesterday, and I commended her for this message because she spam messaged me, but she said, hey, I wasn't going to message you at first. Then I thought, why not? I just didn't want you to think this was a spammy message. And then she went into her thing. I'm looking for some people to whatever. And she's like, are you open to it? And I was like, no, I'm good with my business, but that message was gold. Like, that's what I said to her. I was like, that's good. Like, that's really good. And I was like, man, I need to do that, because it made me look at it. I was like, what is this person asking me? Like, hey, I wasn't going to message you. I thought someone needed something, right? So I was like, oh, I'm going to open this. And I was like, crap, that's really good.
Can you send that, like the portion of that to me?
Yeah, hold on. Wait, what did I do with it? It said, hey, I wasn't going to message you at first. Then I thought, why not?
Yeah, that.
And then she said, I just didn't want you to think this was a spammy message.
Okay.
That's freaking gold right there.
That
Man.
is. That's really smart.
The what?
I said that's really smart.
Yeah. It got me to look, for sure.
Yeah, there's ways to get, you know what I mean? Just, if you know the person, like you worked with her before, you know that you can say anything to her and she's not going to be like, oh my God, why did you even ask me? You know what I mean? Just be like, hey girl, I thought of you, you know, and it may or may not be for you. And that's 100% okay.
Always end in a question. Always, always, always. Are you open to looking? Do you want to check it out? Like, always end with a question, because it's not because of anything else. It's because if I say, right? Like, I always say to my husband all the time, right? Right? Am I right? Did you hear me? Like, I'm always eliciting a response from him, because your brain goes, oh, they asked a question, I need to respond. So they're not just going to look at it and then never say anything. So
Yeah.
Question, always end with a question.
Lydia, I see your question in the chat. Do we have another page besides Goal Getter Nation? Yes, we have Team Elite. The Team Elite page. A ton of good information in the files section.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we have more than that. We have M Life Nation.
Yeah,
M Life Nation is gold.
I was just confused for a second. I don't know. Because
Yeah,
you're
there's
like
lots of
talking
pages.
about the team page, and I'm like, oh wait, which one?
Yeah. So, yeah, our page, Goal Getter Nation. Team Elite is Dave and Sandy's team page. So we're all a part of Dave and Sandy's team. We just put this group together to make it a smaller environment. Basically, it's easier for people to grow and get more comfortable around a smaller group of people. We want people to feel comfortable coming in and sharing, coming in and stepping up, doing some trainings without having to worry about judgment, without having to worry like, oh my gosh, we have an industry leader in this group. What is she going to think about me if I go on and train and mess up? You know what I mean? Even though they wouldn't judge you, but we all think that. I mean, I thought that in the beginning. So that's why we started a smaller group. We just wanted a more intimate setting for our teams.
Yeah, and we want to kind of create an interface for you guys too, like, because we are going to hit Elite, we are, and we don't want to ever be like to you guys like, oh my gosh, I can't message them, they're elites. Like, I never want anyone, like, people say to me all the time, oh, I'm sorry, you're probably busy. No, I'm probably sitting on the couch eating chips. That's what I'm probably doing. So don't ever feel like you can't message me because we're directors or whatever. Like, people say that to me, like, I didn't know if I could message you or not. What are you talking about? You can always message us. That's what we're here for.
All right, guys, we are a little over an hour. So if anyone has any questions, I know you have a question, Carmen. I can tell.
Or she wants to get off. Unmute.
Yeah, she's like, all right, it's time. It's time to go.
You gotta unmute.
I'm trying to unmute her. There we go. Oh, there we go.
There you
go. Actually, I was just wanting to ask, how do I go about like doing a local meetup for like where I am, like Atlanta? I know y'all are not local for me, so I'm not gonna be able to attend the meetup that y'all are doing. But I would like to do one also like where I'm at. So how do I go about doing that?
So you want to host your own, or do you want to attend one?
I mean, either or. I just don't know if anyone, like, I know it's some people that's in Atlanta or around, like Kelsey. I know it's some other people, but I mean, either or. I just would like to, you know, be able to. I think that would be a good way to get prospects out, and you know, I'm more hands-on and stuff like Mary said too. So I think that would be awesome. Just either or.
Yeah, so you could, if you want to host one, you could definitely host one. You just have to do your registration, and then you have to go through, like, we use Eventbrite, and people are going to have to register through there to get a ticket. So you're going to have a venue in that, or you can attend one that is already up and running, but the list isn't posted yet because people are still registering. So once all the Modair meetups are set up, I think there was 100 last year across the U.S. So we could definitely probably expect 200 to 250. So I'm sure there's going to be, if not one, there's probably going to be a good bit in your area that you can go to and actually take your potentials to. So you can invite them there. But either way you want to do it.
Yeah, because we, Jen and I didn't host the last one. We went to kind of see what it was. And then we were like, oh, well, we can do this. So, like, maybe just go to this one. Like, just find one and go there. Yeah, and we can kind of direct all of our team when it gets to that, like, where you need to be. But I would say go and, like, enjoy it. Like, just go there and take your potentials, enjoy it a little bit, and then kind of see if you want to do the next one. Because they're, like, what, every 3 months or every 4 months or
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's pretty
You have
good.
to unmute.
I got you.
Me?
Mhm.
About how many are you expecting?
Ooh, we don't know. We don't even have like a final count yet. I know I put up a curiosity post a couple of months ago, saying if I were to host a coffee and collagen, who would want to come, and it blew up. So I literally got to go back in and just message all those people. I know some people are hesitant to buy a ticket now because it's not till October, but we really want to try to get them in now. You know what I mean? It's $5 for a ticket, and the only reason being is Eventbrite charges you. How much was the surcharge for the ticket?
Like $277. That, and we figured, like, if we charge $5 and it's literally like $317 or something like that we end up getting from it. We're going to cover like snacks and like everything, the samples, all of that. Like, we're going to cover all of that with that, like, couple bucks. So, and guys, something that we did, is that me taking? Something that we did was we purchased tickets for our guests the last time. Like, if it's only $5, like, I'm like, okay, like, make that your thing. Be like, I have 5 tickets, like, buy 5. Is that seriously me ticking?
I got it.
Okay, I'm like, I have the worst OCD. But if you can go on your Facebook and be like, hey guys, I have 5 VIP tickets to this event. You know, who wants to go? The first 5 people to comment get to go. And you would be surprised the people that would comment would be like, well, I want to go. And you could be like, why, here, you can get your ticket here. So, I mean, make it as big as you want. We have enough space for a whole lot of people. So it's going to be good though.
I mean, literally let your potential customers know too, because you never know. They may come and they may hear something about the business opportunity and they may be like, okay, well, let's just jump right in, you know, because the presentation that Modair has set up, that they actually send you the whole presentation that you play. You play the presentation, and of course we have people come up and talk about their results or, you know, their story, whatever, and doing samples. But they really get people pumped up. The video they played at the first meetup was absolutely amazing.
So it's like on a big screen, or?
It will be, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So that sounds like a good idea to do that VIP ticket.
I thought of it way too late last time. It didn't work for me last time, but it will this time.
Okay, so you could do that and then see how many you get, and then I could purchase the tickets then.
Yeah. Yeah, or you could even just be like, hey girl, the ticket's only $5. You know what I mean? And that's going to cover snacks, samples. I know you've been dying to sample the whatever. That's going to cover your snacks and samples. It's only $5, you know? People won't hesitate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's something I'm gonna do. Like, I'm just gonna buy like 5 or 10 tickets and just tell people, like, if they want to go, they can just give me the $5. Be like, here's your I'll send you your
Yeah.
confirmation and just give me the $5. Then you can keep doing that. You know what I mean? If somebody gives you the
Yeah.
money, you can just go on and purchase it.
Yeah.
So there's tons of different ways you can do it. So it's all about marketing, guys. It's all about marketing.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, guys, any other questions? It is 10:41. I don't want to keep anyone any longer.
Gemma, Melissa, are you guys good? Christy, I know Ruby's on there. Are y'all good?
Gemma,
Lots of
I'm
good
liking those
information,
glasses.
thanks.
Sorry, guys, I'm just a little off tonight. I was in a car accident today, so I'm a little off.
Oh no.
Wait, who's that?
Melissa?
Really?
Are you
Yeah, I
okay?
was T-boned in Indiana.
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
Well, I didn't even go to work today, and if you probably didn't notice, I wasn't even online at all today because my phone died shortly before the accident.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're okay?
I'm sore, but I'm I'm okay.
I'm not.
We lost a car, but
Oh
and
my.
then we got robbed in the process. They stole my husband's tool bag and a jack.
Oh my goodness.
Don't worry, I'm following an incident report tomorrow.
But everybody's okay. That's the main thing.
And that was in Indiana.
Yeah, right there by the junior high school.
Oh my.
Take some Tylenol tonight because you're going to be hurting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've already broke out the sports rub and it's already working great. So
Chemo there.
Well, take care.
thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much, guys.
Everybody have a great night. I am off to bed. I got to get up at 5:30 again.
My dog.
Me too.
Have a good night.
See you
All right, guys. Thanks. I appreciate you guys for hopping on.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.